I present the budget for the year 2022-23.
The much-anticipated 2022-23 Union Budget was presented by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Tuesday. This year's budget highlighted the four pillars of development: inclusive development, productivity enhancement, energy transition and climate action. The Finance Minister said, and I quote, "This Union Budget seeks to lay the foundation and give blueprint of economy from India at 75 to India at 100. Let's take a look at some of the key highlights. India's economic growth is estimated to be at 9.2%. The scope of PM Gati Shakti Master Plan will encompass the 7 engines of economic transformation. PM Gati Shakti Master Plan for expressways will be formulated in the next financial year. 4 multimodal national parks contracts will be awarded in FY23. PLI schemes across 14 sectors have achieved a tremendous response and created 60 lakh job opportunities. Under infra development, national highways to be expanded by 25,000 kilometers. Chemical-free natural farming to be promoted in India. Under minimum support price, Rs 2.7 lakh crore direct payment of minimum support price for wheat and paddy. MSP for farmers to be transferred directly in bank accounts. 400 Vande Bharat trains with higher efficiency for passengers will be developed in the next 3 years. Delivery of high-tech services for farmers to be launched. Draft DPRs for 5 river links have now been finalized. Use of Kisan drones will now be promoted for digitization of land records, spraying of insecticides and nutrients, and also crop assessment. Under additional infra development, 2,000 km under Kavach program, 100 PM Gati Shakti cargo terminals and 400 new generation Vande Bharat plans. Ken-Betwa link valued at Rs 44,605 crores will be taken up to provide irrigation facility to around 9.5 lakh hectares. Under Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, this scheme has helped around 130 lakh MSMEs to ease the adverse impact of the pandemic. Credit Guarantee Trust for micro and small enterprises will now be revamped with required infusion of funds giving around 2 lakh crores more for MSMEs. Procurement of wheat in Rabi season 21-22 and the estimated procurement of paddy in Kharif season 21-22 will give cover 1208 lakh metric tons of wheat and paddy from 163 lakh farmers, and Rs 2.37 lakh crores will be the direct payment of MSP value to their accounts. Under digital education and digital university, for classes 1 to 12, a scheme of 1 class 1 TV channel will be extended from 12 to 12,000 TV channels, taking into consideration the loss of the education system due to the pandemic. This will empower all the states to provide supplementary education in regional languages for classes 1 to 12. A national telemental health program will be launched. This is because the pandemic has brought about the issue of mental health. 60,000 crore is now allocated for providing the access to tap water to around 3.8 crore households. In 2022-23, approximately 80 lakh households will now be identified for the Affordable Household Scheme. For women and child development, 2 lakh ANGANWADIS will be upgraded with better facilities. Under Boost for digital payments, 75 digital banking units to be set up in 75 districts by scheduled commercial banks. Issuance of e-passports with futuristic tech to be introduced in 2022-23. E-passports will be using embedded chips and futuristic tech. An open platform for the national digital health ecosystem will be rolled out. This will consist of unique health identity, digital registries of health providers and health facilities, and also universal access to health facilities. In 2022, 100% of 1.5 lakh post offices will be coming on core banking system to simplify the financial inclusion. Under urban development, for urban capacity building, support will now be provided to the states for mass transit and planning help. Under social welfare, transliteration of land records in 8 languages will now be rolled out. Funds will now be facilitated through NABARD to finance the startups for agriculture and rural enterprise. The startups will then support FPOs and provide tech to farmers. Under tech solutions, 5G rollout by private telecoms in 2022-23, an online e-bill facility for all government supplies will take place. BharatNet project contracts for optical fiber networks will be handed out under the PPP model. BharatNet optical fiber project to be completed in 2025. In 2022-23, 68% of the capital procurement budget in defence will now be earmarked for domestic industry. Defence R&D will be opened up for several industry and startups. 19,500 crores Indian rupees has been allocated in PLI for solar modules. All post offices will be linked with the co-banking solution to push financial inclusions. To reduce the delay in payments, an online bill system will soon be launched. This system will be used by all of the central ministries. Under defence allocation, 68% capital for procurement for defence will be for the domestic industry to promote the Atmanirbharta and reduce the dependency on imports. Special Economic Zones Act will be replaced soon for the development of enterprise and hubs. Outlay for capital expenditure to be stepped up sharply by 35.4% from 4.54 lakh crores to rupees 7.50 lakh crores in 2022-23. Effective expenditure will be at 10.68 lakh crores Indian rupees of GDP. Government to promote funds for blended finance, government share limited to 20% for sunrise opportunities such as climate action, agri-tech, etc. The Government of India is set to introduce digital rupee using blockchain and other tech starting fiscal 2023. States to receive 1 lakh crore rupees as 50-year interest-free loans to help fund the PM Gati Shakti related investments. Revised fiscal deficit estimated at 6.9% of GDP. 4% of fiscal deficit projected for India in the FY23. Under direct taxes, a new provision will now allow taxpayers to file an updated return. The updated return can be filed within 2 years from the end of the relevant assessment year. Alternate minimum tax to be reduced to 15% for cooperative societies. Proposal to increase the tax deduction limit to 14% on employers' contribution to the NPS account of state government employees. Tax incentives for startups are expected to be incorporated until March 31, 2023. Income from transfer of digital assets to be taxed at 30%. In case of gift of virtual digital asset, the recipient will now be taxed. Long-term capital gains on listed equity share units are subjected to maximum surcharge at 15%. Corporate surcharge to be reduced from 12% to 7%. A record rupees 1.40 lakh crore gross GST collection has been noted in January 2022. This has been the highest since its inception. Concessional customs duty on capital goods to be phased out. An initial rate of 7.5% will be imposed. More than 350 exemptions on some agri products, drugs and chemicals, etc. to be phased out. To enable domestic manufacturing duty concessions granted on parts of transformers and phone chargers, etc. Custom duty on methanol to be reduced. Custom duty on imitation jewellery raised to discourage the imports of such products. Custom duty exemption on steel scrap is now extended by a year to help the MSMEs. Customs duty on cut and polished diamonds and gems to be reduced to 5%. This year's budget has one big message: prioritize growth, revive capex, go digital and go green. To read more about the budget, visit www.polymerupdate.com. This is Pratiksha Jayapal for Polymer Update. Many thanks for watching.